Hi everybody, it's Debra from peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. I recently started a blog for peoplelovinganimals.com, and in today's video I would like to share my first blog post with you. I'm going to give you a link to this blog post in the description box. I'll also give you a link to subscribe to my blog if you would like to. If you are new here, my name is Debra. I own a website called peoplelovinganimals.com, and several times a month I do videos about the care, health, and training of dogs and cats. I would love to have you on board as a subscriber if you're not already subscribed. Your pet's death is not your fault. One of the most popular videos on my YouTube channel is dealing with grief over the loss of a pet. I made the video more than 2 years ago, and since then it has received 9,700 views and approximately 350 comments. I'm going to post that video in the description box, and I'll also tag that video at the end of this video if you would like to watch it. I have replied to every single one of those comments, and I'm not lying or exaggerating when I say that while applying to about 99% of them, I did so with tears rolling down my cheeks. Losing a pet is absolutely terrible, no matter how it happens. All of the comments on that video offered a description of sadness, despair, loss, depression, and even people who felt absolutely hopeless about how they were going to go on without their beloved pet. The video offers several coping strategies to help people to deal with the loss of their pet. The best advice I think anyone can give is to stay busy and allow time to pass. There's just no way to solve how severe the pain is when it first happens. We really don't have any other choice but to bite the bullet and wait it out. It's only after some time has passed that we can begin to calm down and heal. It's never your fault. I am always extremely sad when someone says they think their pet's death was their fault. I'm sad for two reasons. One is that I know what that feels like. I too have had instances where I've lost a dog or a cat and afterwards thought I could have done something to prevent it. Had I done this? Had I done that? The second reason it upsets me is because I know that it is not the person's fault. If their cat was sick and they didn't realize it, and if they only would have realized it sooner and taken the cat to the vet, maybe the cat would have survived. If the pet wasn't eating and they were so busy in their daily life that they didn't realize the food bowl wasn't going down as quickly as usual. If the pet got dehydrated and they didn't realize they weren't drinking enough water. If they mistakenly left the front door open and their pet ran out and was hit by a car. I've even heard stories about someone's cat falling out the window of a multi-story apartment building. Devastating. But the thing is, we are human beings. We make mistakes. We don't know everything. Seriously, you don't know until you know. We're all doing the very best we can. No one, not one of us, has ever gotten up in the morning and said to ourselves, I think I'll hurt my pet today. Seriously, no one ever has the intention of harming their pet in any way. Do we make mistakes as pet owners? Yes, just like we make mistakes in every other area of our lives. But let me present you with these thoughts. First, you cannot possibly know everything. Cats, for example, will go to great lengths to hide their illness. It's one of their survival instincts. So as a cat owner, most likely if your cat is having a health problem, they're going to be quite ill before they show any signs of it. You cannot blame yourself for that. A young dog, for example, just like a human toddler, will run and play with a fever of 103. It's not until they drop that we realize they even had a fever that high. They'll keep going and going even if they're sick. You can't blame yourself for not having magical powers to see everything. And you also can't blame yourself for not being a veterinarian and not knowing absolutely everything about pets. I'll leave you with a thought that has made an enormous difference for me in my life. I lost my mother approximately 17 years ago. She died from cancer over a 7-month period in my home and in my care. Even though 17 years have passed, I still struggle with guilt. All the same things we're talking about here. What if I had done this? What if I had done that? What if I had seen the signs sooner? The list goes on and on. So I am constantly looking for books or articles or YouTube videos, trying to find ways for me to cope with that guilt because it's difficult, even 17 years later. The best advice I have received thus far regarding feeling guilty over the loss of a loved one, whether it's a person or a pet, is this. If you are feeling guilty, in my case, still feeling guilty after 17 years, then that alone speaks to your character. Just the fact that you're watching a YouTube video trying to get help with coping with the loss of your pet, the fact that you are crying over the loss of your pet, the fact that you are devastated that your pet is no longer with you, the fact that you are actually blaming yourself and feeling guilty about the way your pet passed. This speaks to your character. I think as pet owners, we have to cut ourselves some slack. We do the best we can based on our resources, based on our schedules and other life demands, and based on whatever amount of experience and knowledge we have at any given moment of our lives. The longer you own pets, the more experiences you will have, and the more you will know. You don't know until you know. I hope that this has helped somebody. I hope that you'll go ahead and watch that video about coping with the loss of a pet if you haven't already. The comment section of that video has become somewhat of a forum for people helping each other with this. So when you get there, look at the comments, read them. Some of them will probably help you. If nothing else, it helps you just to know that other people are going through the same thing. And I'm going to ask you to reply to somebody's comment with some encouragement. Let's try to help ourselves with this, because you know what? No matter how it happens, losing a pet is very difficult. So I hope that this helps. Thank you again for watching.